Hello everybody, so I am 41 weeks pregnant and how many days over that? Basically, I'm 11 days overdue. My induction date is tomorrow. I did think I would go as far as this, but I thought by now I would have had the baby and just been like very overdue. And I was happy to wait. Kids half term, things like that, it just made life easier to wait. But now I'm fed up. I've been induced plus 14, plus 12, plus 12, and then she was 10 days late. And then I didn't want to do that again. So my 5th, I took the MIDWIVES BREW, which is what this video is going to be all about. So I'm taking it tonight. I'm quite nervous. I wasn't nervous last time I took it. But basically you need lemon, verbena tea or something. There we go. Castor oil, which is what does it. Apricot juice, almond butter. Mix them all together, take them on an empty stomach. And within 24 hours it's got an 85% success rate. And with my last baby, I took it 2 days before her due date and she was born. So I took it at 1 PM. My contraction started by 4:20. She was born at 2:30 in the morning. So we're gonna try now. I might have a baby in the morning. So I'm gonna mix it all together. I'm gonna brew my tea. It says to brew it for 10 minutes to make sure it's strong. So I'm gonna brew my tea now. I'm gonna show you the process and I'm gonna keep you updated throughout. And we'll find out if I go into labour or not. Okay, so it says to brew it for 10 minutes. I'm going to do it in this because it's got the 8 ounces measurement. You're supposed to do 8 ounces. And I literally do it like exact to the recipe I did last time. I'm just going to put that whole thing in there. Leave that for 10 minutes. And then I need 2 tablespoons of castor oil and 2 tablespoons of almond butter. So I'm going to put these in here. Just get it all like measured out and ready. And then I'll do my almond butter. One, does not smell very nice. I know some people say they don't like the taste of it. When I last took it, I just drank it quickly. Didn't really think very much of the taste. Apparently it gives you like really bad bowel movements, sickness. I didn't get it. Like maybe I'll get it this time, but I didn't get any of that last time. And I'm going to pour this into a cup. Now I've got the right measurement so that I can use this for my apricot juice, which I think is 10 ounces, but let me check. So 10 ounces of apricot juice. I do it exactly to the recipe. Some people like adapt it and that I don't adapt it. I think you should do it properly and it worked for me like so well. I had such a nice birth. So I drank, I'm committed to it.
No, you're going to fall off that.
I can't get it out once I've done it.
You can, you got it.
I'm going to do that. Why are you watching me? It shows me out.
The pressure is getting worse.
Okay.
Mummy, I need it up there.
Wait a minute, Floss. Wait a minute, Flossie.
Oh, what that is? No, wait a minute. Or on there. Yeah. Wait there, on there. Wait there, yeah.
Sit, she's committed. She's taking the leap.
Okay, so it's 11:30. I'm getting like irregular pains, but nothing like too much at the moment, nothing unbearable, but I know there's something's happening. It's sort of like moving along, but I'll just have to wait and see what happens next. Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. So I probably won't get 5 minutes to do this, but I thought while the opportunity is there, I'm going to try my best to see what I can get done. So I am a mum of 6 and this is my 6th child, and I had the nicest labour. As far as labours go, it was amazing. So I'd love to share with you my story and I hope you find it interesting. The baby is asleep, I can see him, he's on the sofa, and this doesn't happen. The girls are playing upstairs, so I'm just hoping I can get like 5 minutes to film my birth story, my midwives brew experience. I feel like I'm not going to get past this main title, but we shall see. The girls will probably also keep coming down as well. So I always go overdue. With all my babies, I have gone 14 days, 12 days, 14 days, no, 12 days induced. He didn't come for 15 days. She came on her own 10 days, my 4th. My 5th, I thought, I don't want to do that again. And I read so many experiences on Midwives Brew
that I tried it. And I tried it a day before she was due. And she came that day, came into the next morning, but yeah, she came that day. I will link that video below because I do have video on that too. Not all my family believed that it worked. Sorry, I talk with my hands a lot. I know it worked, and I knew that I would be doing it for my 6th child if I needed to. My due date approached and I was in no rush to get him out because I thought I'd rather wait till the half term, like the children's half term was coming up, and I thought that would just be nice because that would give us like some nice relaxing days at home. There was 2 weeks half term. So I thought I will wait also because might sound silly, but the longer you wait, the better the weather's going to get to. Birthdays and things, just forward thinking. My induction date was the 2nd of April, and that was 12 days overdue. So we got to nearly the 2nd of April. It was the 1st, and I know the midwife's brew took a few hours to start my contractions, 12 hours for me to actually give birth previously. I thought it might be quicker this time. And I wanted to time it for the 2nd because I thought the date sounded nice, 2-4-2-4. I waited until 6:35 p.m. on the 1st of April and I drank it. I was so nervous, like more than any other time. I'm not sure why. I don't know. I didn't feel pregnant the whole time. I think part of that was due to the fact that we didn't know what we were having, and it felt very surreal for me because of that. So my dad is 3 hours away from me, and he is the only person around that can actually help with childcare because my mum lives in America and my husband's family, we don't really have that sort of relationship where they look after all the children for us. Yeah, so I took it at 6:35 and I messaged my dad and said, I've taken it. My dad didn't necessarily believe in the drink. He thought it was a bit made up. So I messaged him and said, I've taken the drink, Dad. But don't rush down because it did take 12 hours with Lilac till I actually gave birth. But he said he would like to come down anyway because he believes in me. If I think something works, then he believes me. So he came down anyway, and he stayed with my brother who lives about 20 minutes away because we don't have space here. My brother has got 2 spare bedrooms. Probably got there about 9:30. So I took my drink at 6:35. About 8 to 9, me and Kurt were watching a film. I was getting pains, like not badly, like bearable, but I knew they were something else and they were lasting. I wrote it down on my phone. 8:05, 8:19, 8:26, 8:36, 8:48, 8:59, and then it went 9:11, 9:21, and it stopped. So it was what, every just over 10 minutes, about 10 minutes, just under, just over. And they were just like a bit uncomfortable. I could feel like it just was uncomfortable. And then they just stopped. And I said to Curtis, I was getting pains, but they've stopped. And I'm also really good with pain. And I also don't like to act like something is something it's not. So if I'm in pain, I like to hold it in as much as I can until I know it's the real deal. Just in case I'm wrong, don't look silly. Yeah, so I said, what do I do? Do I walk around for a bit? Because I remember with Lilac, I was really active. It would like happen in the day and we took the kids to the park and things and I was just so active. We just decided we're just gonna go to bed. I said, if this doesn't work, I'll just take the drink again in the morning. What time was my last contraction? 9:21. We had watched a film. We went to bed, it was about 10 o'clock, so still quite early, and nothing had happened. We put the TV on in the bedroom, which we don't normally do. Just started watching a bit of TV, and then we said, let's just go to sleep. I have it all recorded in my contractions app, which I recommend. It's really good. So at 23:38, so at nearly 20 to midnight, I woke up in pain. I'm really, really good with pain though, like I've said. And it started at 5 minutes apart, it went to 3, and then it started to get down to about 2 to 3 minutes apart. I waited it out for about half an hour, and then I went upstairs and I thought, this is definitely hurting, I'm gonna go and get changed. So I went and got dressed, got all my leggings and my socks on already, made sure I had all my stuff, my camera stuff, because I did film the birth, so I will be sharing also my birth vlog, which I'm very excited about. Can't wait to edit it and get it all together and see it. But while I was getting my socks out of the cupboard, Curtis woke up and he was like, what are you doing? Are you in pain? Because he knows that I don't like to admit it. And I was like, yeah, it's hurting a little bit. So he asked how much, and I was like, it's probably hurting like every 3 minutes, and it's lasting between 1 and 2 minutes, which is quite a strong contraction. So he got up, he said, let's just get up, call the hospital and see what they say. So I called my dad. I said, I'm going to speak to the hospital and see what they say. I called the hospital and I said what I've said to everybody. I'm getting contractions. It's my 6th child. I'm getting them every few minutes, lasting a couple of minutes. And I just think like it's at like quite a painful point now, but I'm very good with pain. And they said, if you think you need to come in, then come in. So I said to Curtis, okay, we'll go in because the hospital is about 40 minutes away and I didn't want to like get there too late. And I think we left at a really good time. So by now it was, I held out the pain at home. Started about 20 to 12. We didn't leave until about 1:45. Let me check on my phone actually. I can check all this on my phone, which is really good. Google Maps has got your timeline location and you can see like everywhere you've been if you've got it turned on. So we left the house at about 1:45 in the morning. So I've been at home for an hour and a bit. I called my dad and said, yeah, they said I can come in. So he came down. It was about 20 minutes. The second he got here, we left. So I probably was at home for about an hour and 15 minutes, just like holding up pain, breathing through it. I just like breathed really heavily through it. I got to hospital 1:15 and they checked me by 1:30 and she said, you're probably about 7 centimetres. Your waters are bulging. So I'm trying to be really, really careful to check you because I don't want to burst in myself because the second your waters burst, you're going to have a baby. She was like, you are so ready. So they took me off into the labour ward. I've got a picture which says like, when everything happened. So we got into the labour ward at 1:30 and I was 7 centimetres. My waters went at 2:34, so it was just over an hour. I got in the room, they did the cannula in my arm because they said like with more babies you have, you're more likely to bleed out. So they put a cannula in my arm. They like checked if I wanted to go in the pool, but I didn't because I don't think I've had good experience with a pool, which I will talk about after I've done my story. Yeah, so I said I don't really want to go in the pool, I just would like to give birth on the bed. And I had some gas and air and they asked me like all the questions you need to ask and that, and by then I thought like I can feel this baby is coming so soon. I said to her, I think I'm going to be pushing soon. So at 2:34 my waters went everywhere. 2 minutes later they could see his head and then a minute after that his head was delivered. It just all happened so quickly. As far as births go, it was really, really nice births. It was just all so quick and I was just really in control of it. Like they just sort of left it to me to tell them what was happening and just to birth. Yeah, it was really nice. They gave me the injection for the placenta to come out. That's always horrible because you've given birth, you've got your baby, and then you have to wait for the placenta. It's like, oh, I just wish this was over. And I remember just being in pain, like shaking because it happened so quickly. And just the pain, like of your tummy hurts and obviously you hurt and it's just sore. And I just remember laying there thinking, oh, it's just so achy and painful. We left at 6:30 in the morning. They let us go really quickly because they were really happy with just everything was just smooth, so let us go. He was £9.2 and as I've said, he is a boy, so we didn't know what would happen. We've known with all our other babies, we had 3 boys, we had 2 girls, and then this time we just said we just don't want to know like what we have, we're just really happy with either. I leant more towards a boy, which I had, because I felt like it had been a while since I'd had a baby boy, so it's like it feels new, and it definitely does because all of us in my house have found it really hard to adjust to saying he. Can you get his dummy, his bottles? We've been like she, her, and then we're like, oh no, he. That is literally as straightforward as my birth story is. I will link like hospital bag and everything like that just in case you need like any tips on things like that, but it's actually so straightforward. Going to why I didn't want a water birth, so I will share my birth story with, sorry about the noise, girls taking Barbies from the bath upstairs. I will share below my birth story from my daughter Lilac, and I had a water birth and I always wanted one, but I think I had a terrible experience, but I don't know if it was because of that. Like the birth went really well, it was really good. But afterwards, like a few weeks later, I got really unwell and I was sick for about 2 weeks at home, like actually throwing up, and then 24 hours I'm fine, and then like 2 hours later I'm throwing up and then I'm fine. It was awful. And it turned out I had sepsis, which I always have a video of me from when I was in hospital with sepsis. I did like a vlog of the experience, which is so nice to look back on things like that because you sort of forget how everything went and you realise you can watch it. Wasn't the best experience, and I just feel like it was down to having a water birth and my open wound inside me, like from the placenta, being exposed to all the horrible things that are in the water after you've given birth. I can't say it was, but I feel like it was, so this time I just thought no water birth, no need for it. So I didn't have one. Yeah, so that is literally as simple as my birth story was. It was just quick and it was amazing and a beautiful experience because we didn't know the gender of the baby. So they gave us the baby and they didn't tell us what he was. And I was saying to Curtis, don't look, without me. And then she like moved him and lifted the towel, and we both saw it at the same time. And I was like, did you see? And he said, yeah. And then we realised it was a little boy. And it was just a beautiful experience, to be honest. I have vlogged it so I can share it with you all. So after this, the video will be coming soon. The minute he gives me 5 minutes to sit down and edit it, I say 5, but a little bit longer. The minute he gives me a chance to edit it, I will edit that for you and share with you my birth story, my birth vlog. I also think I'm going to do a baby update soon and just try and get a little bit back into my videos because I really enjoy it, but I just don't really get 5 minutes to sit down and do things like that. That's everything really. I'm pretty sure I've covered everything. There's nothing else I can really say. It was very simple and straightforward, and I really do recommend the Midwives Brew. Obviously do your own research, but I have read so much online about the Midwives Brew. I've read people's experiences and what people say about it, and I know like all like the things that people say could go wrong with it. Personally for me, it's just been amazing every time. I know people also say you can get diarrhea. I didn't get it with either of them, so I'm not sure if it's like perhaps if you've eaten when it says take it on empty stomach. I do wait all day and have it on empty stomach. If I follow something, I follow it properly. If you have any questions, leave them below. I will answer anything you need to know. All I can say is the Midwives Brew works. It's amazing. Personally, I recommend it, but you do need to do your own research and not take my word for it. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope if you were looking for some information on the Midwives Brew, then it helped you and it gave you like the sort of advice that you needed to hear. And if you just wanted to hear my birth story, then thank you so much. I know everybody was just like desperate to meet this little boy, and I can't believe he's finally here, and he's nearly a month old already. It's crazy. I was thinking like one day I'll be doing videos with him, and now here he is. So his name is Hero, and oh, he's just perfect, fitted into our family so well, and we are just all over the moon with him. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will see you on my next video.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today.